Our episode starts with a couple driving down the road and seeing a car run off the road. The driver gets out of the car to check on the wreck just to find a dead body. When he asks his wife to call 911, he turns around and sees the body is gone. When he turns back around, something attacks him. Dr. Magnus, who is on the case of the missing accident victim, reviews some security footage and sees him attacking another guy in a parking lot. They identify the guy as a trust fund kid named Chad Spencer, who obviously is not dead. His roommate is apparently missing as well. Somewhere else, we see a woman named Laura waiting by the road who turns around and sees Darren, the missing roommate. He takes her to a back alley where Chad comes out. She is freaked as she thought he was dead and lets him know she went to his memorial. He says something about a clinic in Mexico they all went to before shooting her. After a few stressful moments, she revives with black eyes.
Hi. Welcome to the club.
Back at Magnus's office, they also connect all the kids to a clinic in Mexico. They head to the clinic just to find it's being run by Nikola Tesla under an assumed name, which explains the dead kids coming back to life deal as he's a vampire. Tesla explains that he's running a drug rehab facility for rich kids. When hearing all the kids are disappearing, he realizes he may have accidentally turned the kids into vampires with his experimental procedure. Back at the kids' penthouse, you see Darren, Laura, and Chad shooting their other friends in order to complete their vampire transformations as well. Once they're all turned, they get off on their new powers. They end up doing some research on the history of vampires and find out that vampires were a race that once ruled the world. Chad decides it's time for them to rebuild the empire, and they all fang out. At the same time, Tesla and crew figured out that dying was the factor that wasn't accounted for. And when Chad died in the car accident, that's what triggered the vampire gene. And Chad must be going around killing his friends to turn them. Chad and Laura, meanwhile, are hatching their plan to create more vampires. They decide to bring one of their friends, Steve, over and explains the situation and invites him to join their crew. He has reservations, mentioning he didn't go to Mexico with them, but Laura then talks him into it. She bites him and drains him, but he ends up dying and not becoming a vampire.
You just leave everything to me.
Whoa.
After Laura freaks out from killing Steve, Chad decides instead of figuring out how vampirism works themselves, they need to go after the source and plan to go after Tesla. As Magnus and company go to leave Mexico, they're confronted by the kids who attacked them. They kidnap Tesla, but leave Laura behind as Dr. Magnus shoots her. Chad and crew explain to Tesla their plan of restarting the vampire race. Tesla calls them naive and challenges them, but when they throw him off a building, he's then willing to talk. Back at Dr. Magnus's, she questions Laura about where her friends took Tesla. When that doesn't help, Will decides to try, which leads to Laura flirting with Fangs out.
Hey, cute boy.
Will tries to sell her on maybe helping her to get back to normal if she talks, but when that doesn't work because she reminds them she was a meth addict as a human and is now a powerful vampire, Kate then threatens her with silver bullets. Magnus does tests on Laura's blood and finds that the vampires he created are stronger than he is. She then figures if Tesla did an experimental treatment on these kids, he must have created a failsafe in case something went wrong that they can use against the new vamps, and they head to a sanctuary where they find a contraption hidden in a wine bottle. When they go to rescue Tesla, they are surprised to find him leading the young vampires and has them tied up. Behind closed doors, he says it was all an act and he knew they would bring the failsafe. He takes it from Dr. Magnus and tells them he is going to teach the kids a lesson. The nameless other female of the rich kids is the first to approach him, Fangs out, and he jabs her with the object, turning her back to normal. One of the other vamps witnesses it, leading to a brawl between Tesla and the vampire kids.
Hey.
You know, you have such command of the Queen's English. Looks like a charm.
What happened?
You're fired.
The odds get even when Dr. Magnus' crew escape being tied up, resulting in others being turned back to normal. All that's left is Chad, who takes Kate hostage. Tesla comes up with a plan to have Dr. Magnus start the gas in the fireplace while he distracts Chad. Tesla then uses the lights crashing into the fireplace to set it off, resulting in Chad letting Kate go in the blast, opening up for Tesla to devamp him. At the same time Tesla does this, Chad holds him to the device as well, and much to his dismay, he is also devamped in the process. The episode ends with Dr. Magnus working hard to try to find a way to return Tesla's vampire powers. Tesla and Dr. Magnus then toast, and when he goes to place his wine glass down, he learns he has magnetic powers. Thanks for watching. If you like this content, please leave a like and subscribe, and hit the bell icon to know every time I update. If you want to help my channel grow, please check out my Patreon, where you can get access to content early, as well as see the content that can't be uploaded here on YouTube. Link will be in the description. Until next time.